individuals who are reshaping the world. Join us as we unlock the secrets to success, ignite your passion, and empower you to envision your own greatness. Get ready to be inspired, motivated, and enlightened as we embark on a journey of self-discovery. It's time to Envision Me, the talk show that dares you to dream big and make it happen. Here is your host, Pamela Stone.
Hey everybody, how are you doing? Welcome to another week of the Envision Me show. When we come in, we empower, inspire you to go after your what's next. Now, my phone is already starting to blow up because everyone's like, well, what's a what's next? And what do you mean by that? So here's what we mean by that. Are you one of those people that are sitting at a desk and you've been there for so long, but you don't know what you want to do next? Or are you sitting in a corporate, are you sitting in a job right now? You want to do more, maybe climbing up the corporate ladder, may it be doing you a side hustle, but you don't know where to start at. Well, if that's you and so much more, you're in the right place. Here, we will come on here with some amazing guests. As one I have next, we'll drop you some nuggets so you can hear how they have gone after their what's next and still doing it and so much more. But before I start out, let me introduce myself. My name is Pam Stone, and I am your host. Well, the way we do it is we always start off with 3 homework assignments, and they're super easy. So the first one is, it's Win Wednesday. What's your win for this week? A win is you set a goal, you met it, or you're thinking about the goal, but you just haven't started yet, but you know you're going to, or better yet, you're thinking about it. All of those is a way for us to celebrate you. And if you don't know, I love celebrating, as we will celebrate ourselves, but I love celebrating you. So drop it in the feed and let me know what your win is for this week. Now, if you don't have StreamYard, you just need to give me permission so I can see your remarks instantly. Now, if you don't want to do it, I totally understand. You can go ahead and still drop your comments. I will read them after the show, and then I will forward them on to our guests. Then number 2, go grab your girlfriends, pen, paper, family, everybody, because there's going to be nuggets dropped here that will help you, inspire you to go after your what's next, even if you haven't thought about it. And then number 3. Okay, you guys, I've drank all my water. I do have a beverage, but I'm always asking everybody, what is your go-to snack? As you sit down, you're watching TV, or you're reading a book, what's your go-to snack? The reason why I ask that is because I am on my health journey. So I'm trying to get away from all the junk, all the refried sugar and everything else. I would love to hear what you have. Nothing's bad, nothing's wrong. Just want to hear what you're doing. So without further ado, I have my other amazing guest, as I always do, that will rock your world and shock you as well on how you can get to your what's next. So let me bring her on the stage with me. This is Miss Robin Kelton. How you doing, Miss Robin?
I am doing well. How are you?
I am amazing. First and foremost, I want to thank you for joining us. This is going to be fun.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited. I always tell people when I'm on the other side of the hosting chair, it feels good to be interviewed. So I'm excited.
I totally get it I totally get it. So in really short, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Robin Kelton. I am a Dallas girl through and through. I'm a mama. I have a almost 16-year-old, going on 49-year-old son. Such a great age, huh? Such a great age.
Yes.
I do many things. I use a term on my show called the Jackie of all trades. I do many things, but I am the hostess of the Mamapreneur podcast and have been for the past 4 years, where I get to spotlight women businesses from all over the world, giving them exposure for their brands.
I love it. I love it. Well, here we are going to empower women and inspire them to go after the what's next. Those women that are sitting in that corporate chair, knowing that they can still have it both. And I say this to everybody because I work with some women, they're like, I'm like, so what are you guys going to do? And everyone's like, Okay, ladies, we're going to we're going to work through this. So that's what we're doing here. So first of all, let everybody know, do you still work in corporate?
Yes, I still have a corporate position. Yes.
So how hard is it, first of all, for you to have to juggle being a mom, being working in corporate, as well as running your business? What is the hardest part about it at all?
It's not enough time in the day.
You said that right.
In a nutshell. I'm a planner. We can get it on the books, but it's just not enough time in the day.
So what do you do? I mean, I mean, you're so successful. So how do you even juggle it all?
Pretty much if it's not in the calendar, we don't know about it. So just knowing and also finding that time to make sure that you block off time, maintaining those boundaries, knowing when to, hey, all right, I'm not going to do any work after 5. Okay, I'm not
Ooh.
going to do any work after 6. Sunday, I'm not touching any computer, phone. I'm not doing anything. Just setting that time aside, it makes a difference. And if you have to plan it like myself, put it on the planner.
Was it hard for you to even get to that point? I mean, I have to say, there are so many of us be like, oh yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good. But was it hard for you to get to that point? And if not, it wasn't hard for you at all?
I tell people when you get sick and tired, you'll get sick and tired of answering those emails. It's a funny story. So I was at a church life group meeting. I'll never forget it. And my friend, she was my co-lead at the time. And she had her Teams wasn't popping back then. So she had her work email, Outlook, whatever, connected to her phone. And we're in a Bible study. She goes and checks her phone. And whatever it was from work, it got her riled up. I had to reel her back in.
Oh my goodness.
And we changed the whole topic of what we were supposed to talk about. And I
Uh-huh.
had a whole talk with her and everybody in my group on boundaries.
So
My
true.
business hours are from blank to blank. Anything comes my way after blank, we'll touch it tomorrow.
I love it. Yeah, that is one thing I do. But let me say this, and I'm going to be one too, because everyone's like, yeah, that sounds good. Let me tell you, I just started doing the boundaries. I thought for sure, oh, I won't need it. People will respect my time. That's not true. I was being, look, the devil's a lie. I promise you. I thought they will respect what I do. I thought they will respect my time. That was not the case. They were calling me all kinds of hours, texting me whenever, and I literally had to do the boundaries. Now, when I set the boundaries, I'm like, okay, we're coasting smoothly along, and I won't have to enforce it. That's when I realized I have to stick to it, and I have to be very mindful of my boundaries, because if not, then people will take advantage of it.
Absolutely. And so even if you feel bad after, putting that boundary out there, well, those are not your people. They're not meant to be in your path, if that's the
Ooh.
case.
And that was the truth, but that was a hard reality for me.
I believe it.
But a lot of people are like, oh, when you get a certain age, you don't witness it. That's not true either. I need to let people to know that it's there's no age limit that it won't happen to. So boundaries is necessary, and to keep them and watch and pay attention to them as well. I think that is important.
Yes, I agree.
So with that being said, let me ask you this. What was your realization or discovery for your passion for helping entrepreneurs? What did you realize, or how did you realize that?
That I had a passion to help entrepreneurs?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll keep it 100. So my podcast and all that came at a time that I wasn't even looking in a podcasting direction. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So when the opportunity presented itself, I'm like, no, what am I going to talk about? And had to sit and think about it. And I'm like, well, at that time, it was the pandemic.
Mm.
We was at home chilling. You didn't have
Mm-hmm.
much to do. Folks was like, all right, well, I'm going to come up with this cookie business. I'm going to create these t-shirts. Guess what? We're at home. I'm going to start this coaching program because I'm at home. And so a lot of women-owned businesses were formed from the pandemic.
True.
Not everybody has the access and to get out there and get their businesses out there. So when the good Lord gave me the premise of the show, I'm like, women in business. He gave me the name, Mamapreneur. Here we are, and it's been a cool ride just to even see the growth of the ladies that I've come in contact with since.
Wow, I love that story. Have you had to overcome any fears? And if so, what were some of those fears that you have overcome? And how did you overcome it?
Public speaking. I'm scared to do public speaking. Tomorrow will be 90 episodes. I am scared to do public speaking. Wow. I've had speaking engagements since this show. This show has stretched me. Public speaking, that was the fear.
And how did you get over it?
Well, I'm on every second and fourth Thursday night. So I had, every second and fourth Thursday night. And my show's live. I had no choice.
So it forced you.
Literally. Yeah. I didn't have a choice because that's what I do. I'm interviewing people. So I'm having to talk, on a platform. AI can do it for me. So I had to do it myself.
So true. So true. With that being said, as you have faced the fear and you have gone to this point, there are women out here that are listening to us right now, sitting at that space like, okay, she's doing it. What do I do? What would be your first piece of advice for that woman that they can start implementing into their day-to-day life right now?
Find out what you're great at. What is the one thing you could do and you don't have to be paid for it? Yeah, we won't be paid for it.
So find out
charge everyone. But yes, let's find out what we are great at. What is our passion? And what is that thing that lights you up? Then go and do research on that specific industry.
I love it. I so do love it.
Go and do some research and then kind of take it from there. And you don't have to have the full picture. True. I always like to tell aspiring entrepreneurs that do not think you have to have it all together, because I don't know not one entrepreneur today that's established that has it all together.
Do you feel that corporate had prepared you for any part of your business? And if so, what's that part?
Oh, good question. Do I feel like for podcasting? No, not really. And the only reason why I say that, because I didn't do a lot of, like, for the show, I do calls. I've had a call with you, do calls, I do all, meetings and setups, prepping people. I didn't have to do that really in corporate. I kind of just did what I was told and went with the flow. In my current position, yes, I'm going to have to facilitate and do a lot of things, and a lot more public speaking. The position I'm in now, yes. My show has actually prepared me for my current position, if that makes sense.
Oh, right. That's so true. I do remember you saying
previous jobs, not really.
No?
No.
So then if you have a woman that's sitting there like, okay, so corporate really didn't play a part.
But that's not everyone's story.
That's true.
So I like to let everyone know that's listening, watching, that's not everyone's story. You could, I know someone right now, I'm helping them start their podcast. Well, they are CPA. They worked for a corporate company first. Then they transitioned to their own CPA firm and coaching other CPAs. And now they want to start a podcast. So that's an example of someone who's started their corporate job as a CPA, transitioned to working for themselves, added coaching to the equation. Now they're like, all right, I want more reach. And they're working on that part now.
Okay, I do like that.
So there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, absolutely. But you have to also be willing to do it and put in the work.
That's a whole show right there. Just because you see other people, and also what you see other people doing does not mean that that is going to specifically work for you. So you have to
Amen.
start, get in, and see what works for you, because not everything is, ordained for everybody.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And also too, how many people have you heard who like, well, she's doing this. Well, how come I'm not doing that? Or they're moving this way. How come I'm not moving that? I hear that so many times. What do you say to someone that says that to you?
What's for you is for you. If it's not God ordained for you to be doing what such and such Sally Mae is doing, I hate to throw the old, I hate to throw the student loan company in there, but no, I'm just playing. But what Sally Mae is doing, if Sally Mae made $10 million in 1 month, that does not mean you are going to come in and make $10 million in 1 month as well. Everybody has their own journey. And again, what's for you is for you. No one could come between that. So keep that in mind.
And I like that because we need to keep, again, and it's many women that are always comparing themselves to other women. And I'm trying to change that mindset. And I'm always like, and I always use the example, look, how many brands of bread do we see when we go into the grocery store? There's thousands of them. Do you think all thousand of them like worried about Wonder Bread's, worried about who this person and that person? They're not paying attention to anybody but themselves. They do watch their numbers, their analytics, or what their messaging is, but they are still focused on the end result, and that's them. And I think sometimes we get entangled, or we get messed up, or we get tripped up on that, trying to worry about what's our end result when we see everybody, like you said, everybody over here is doing so well. So that is true. And it's hard to try to stay focused when there's so much noise going on out there in the world too.
Especially, comparing yourselves to other business owners and what they're doing. And I always like to let people know, just, believe in what you have going. You have, I like to call the secret sauce. You have the secret sauce. Right. So no one could do what you do or be you. And those customers that you'll have come in, they're going to know, like, and trust you for what you're doing and bringing to the table.
I agree with you. Well, as we move on real quick, if someone wants to follow you, what is the way they can get in touch with you?
I am everywhere, literally, y'all. Mamapreneur Podcast, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, TikTok, everywhere. Yeah, I'm thinking out loud now. Instagram. I'm a little bit of everywhere, but yes, at Mamapreneur, Mamapreneur Podcast.
So let's talk. We talked about it in the back, but how's your journey been on the Mamapreneur?
Oh man. So what I can say, that this wasn't it in my view. So for something that wasn't in my view initially, to see the growth of myself, again, the person who's scared to do public speaking, the opportunities that have come from it, for me doing what? Speaking in front of people. But it's been, it is truly God ordained for me to be in this place. It was truly my calling to be in this space, to be able to have an impact. I didn't think I'd, have an impact on people's lives, and being able to, for someone to say, man, Robin Show was my first podcast. Now they've done many. Or for the person who was extremely nervous coming on the show, one person, I'll get to go see her do a pitch competition publicly. Wow. And to see the connections that have been made, not only from the connections I've made personally, but from the connections of my guest, and them going off and doing things. Because I make sure my guests connect every show. Absolutely. Them to go off and do things, and to be from two different ends of the country, for them to come together and work together. I think that is cool in itself. So it's been a cool, fun ride. Tomorrow, episode 90, and I'm like, we're doing this again.
Well,
they like us.
So you can say that you've shifted. You have shifted tremendously from where you started. At least I can say this. I see it in a little bit of time that you've shifted. And I use that because so many women are like, they're the fear of shifting, which also stumbles everybody as well. And so what would you like to say about that?
Just shifting just in general,
In
or
general.
just
Yep, in
from
general.
your journey,
Yes.
one day at a time. Start. All you got to do is start. Everything else works itself out. And that's what I did. Being obedient.
Mhm. Okay.
Me being obedient and saying that the Lord gave that, I like to call the 3 a.m. 2-finger tap. Like, go do that.
Mhm.
Go do that. Say, for me to say yes and not change my mind, and to continuously work at it, even when it's slow, working at it, even when the numbers may be a little bit low at one point,
Mhm.
still working at it, you know, even afraid,
So
keeping at it, not knowing who's going to buy from me because I have products and services, not knowing who's going to buy from me. Continue to keep going, because the audience, so for anybody who's watching now and who is considering starting a business of any form capacity while being in corporate, you can do it, and your audience is out there. They just waiting on you to start.
that's true. Someone just told me that today. I had
Yeah.
that conversation with someone today. I agree with you. Though don't you think it's kind of hard to imagine that while you're still working in corporate and still have everything going on in the same
Yeah.
time?
Yeah. But I think with time, it's just that time management, and
True.
it's what you want to put into it. Anything you do in life, is what you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So
True.
if hey, even on a part-time basis, so if it's something, hey, I'll kind of get started and it's on a part-time basis, guess what? You just That's when you become organized and kind of write out, okay, what can I do? I learned this in Mary Kay. 6 most important things to do list. Night before you go to bed, write it out.
Yes, ma'am.
And it keeps you organized through the next day and then the next day. And so that's you could life, business, all the things. And just little things here and there, just staying organized and
That's
on top of it and actually doing it, and continues to do it when you're not really, again, when you don't feel like nothing's happening.
true. I have to say, I was in Mary Kay, and that is one thing that I have carried on
Mhm.
after Mary Kay is writing down everything the night before, and I do that every night, and
Mhm.
it's
Makes a
and
difference.
it does. I promise you, because some nights I'll be forget the next day I'll wake up and I'm like looking around like, okay, where's my list? And I'm like, man, I didn't do my list, and it throws my day. It throws me totally off, and it's
Yeah.
just because I'm in such of a use of a routine that I miss that. So I agree with you there on writing it down the night before, and tackling it piece by piece. And don't me personally, and this is where I also did used to do. I used to beat myself up if I didn't finished everything on my list.
Roll
Don't
it over.
right,
Give
and
yourself grace.
that's right. Grace is such a big word that we need to use and understand it when you move into the different arenas that you're going to be moving into. Grace is important. Well, in this point of the show, I want to thank you, first of all, for that. I always talk about one way we can also expand our minds and get ready for the what's next
Mhm.
is by reading a book, or we call it here, book on a shelf. With that being said, do you have a book that you would like to recommend for everybody to read?
Which is perfect for this show and this segment.
Okay.
It's Do It Afraid by Joyce Meyer. Joyce
Well,
Meyer will call you all the way to the carpet, snatch all your lashes and edges as you read the book, okay? Do It Afraid.
so it was good. I take it.
Yeah, I did it for a book club as well, and they were like, "We need to read that again. It's real meaty.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna get it. I
It's
love
real meaty."
it.
Yeah,
Really okay. You said "Do It Afraid" by Joyce
uh-huh.
Myers.
By Joyce
Okay,
Meyer.
Okay, perfect. I definitely will add that to my collection. I love to read them, so I'm gonna definitely get that tonight. With that being
Perfect
said,
for what's
I,
next.
for
Yeah.
what's next, because I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna need it. We all gonna need it. With that being said, as you are a busy woman in corporate, with your business, with your home, and all, what is some self-care type kind of things you do for yourself?
Ooh. Um, self-care. I just recently started my gym membership again. So anytime I can go to the gym, I love a good spin class. I'm a spin class girly. Shouts out to the class girlies out there. And I love a good boxing class,
Mm,
get it all out. Get it all
I know
out.
that's right.
2-hour massages.
Oh,
Book one if you haven't done it. Change your life. Nobody, because the 60-minute, they really jip you, and it's really 50. The
right.
90-minute, it's really 80 minutes. So just go ahead, spend the extra dollars, get you a 2-hour, which is less than 2 hours, but you know what I mean. Get your 2-hour massage. Make sure you have nothing to do after that. Go pick up some food and crash. It's gonna be great.
Ooh, 2 hours. Girl, I wouldn't know what to do with my life after 2 hours.
Because
I would be so limp and everything. I'd be like,
that's
oh my God.
okay. Do make sure you have nothing else to do after. Um, Having that time to again put on your calendar to do nothing.
Mm,
That's
so
another
true.
form. Like I'm
Um,
not doing nothing, or you could do whatever you want to do that
right,
day.
right. I like that. I do like that. I like the 2 hour massage has really got me good. I really gonna have to put that on my calendar and do
Let me know
some.
what you think.
Yep, so true. And then as we get ready to go, there's a few more questions I would like to ask you. So my first question is, what is Mompreneur or Miss Robbins? What's next? What can we see from you guys?
Well, we always have something going. So, what's next for me? So, I also am a podcasting coach where I coach individuals how to start, launch, brand, monetize, and sustain their podcast. And so, this upcoming weekend, I'm hosting a whole summit, doing just that. It's a 3-hour summit and growing the podcasting academy. That is really what's next. So, looking for new aspiring startup podcasters that want to get in the podcasting world, start their shows, get all the tea on how to have one sustainable, like mine has been for the past 4 years. That's where I come in and teach that. And so that's where we are with the academy. The show is booming. We got stuff going on through 2026. I'm hosting a retreat that's coming up in August for my Facebook community. And so for the retreat, now really just accepting sponsorship for that right now. That's kind of where we are.
So how all of this is going on in your amazing community, how can people once again get connected with you?
You can find me at Mamapreneur Podcast, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, or mamapreneurpodcast.com. You can join the email list. You can see previous episodes, what's coming up, all the things.
Perfect. I love it. So then my next question to you is, so as we're doing this and we're getting ready, our time is already up, believe it or not. It has gone by so fast.
Of
So
course it has.
I could talk all day. So I'm always mindful of your time because I will be like, well, what about this? And what about that? And I'll just keep going. So I'm gonna be mindful of your time. With
Okay.
that being said, what would you like to leave all the listeners with?
So, as you think about what's next for you as far as corporately, if you want to stay in corporate and start your own business, if you want to work in corporate continually and just start your business, you don't know where to begin. I want you to make sure that you are going to the Lord in prayer first.
Mhm.
Then await his answer because he always gives us one.
True.
And when you're praying about it, I want you to be real specific, like real specific.
Right.
What kind of business you want, what direction you want to go with that business, who you want to work with. So you can be clear on who your target audience is as well. Then once he gives you that answer, I want you to take the first step and start. And the rest he'll lead the way. That's
I
it.
love, I love, that's powerful. You're talking about that's it. That's powerful. Well, Miss Robin, I appreciate you. This was fun. I could do this all day, but I'm gonna be mindful and respectful of your time this time. Bring me back, and then we're gonna talk some more because I love to, like I said, I love this. I think this is fun. I think that, this is it. This is where women can come in and they can find their, even listening to, okay, I hear her doing what I'm thinking of doing, and knowing that there's other women out here doing this. So that's what we're all about doing, is doing the connections. So I appreciate you. I think this was fun. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you.
I'm going to put you in the green room and I'll be right back. Bye, Bye, Miss Robin. Look, I'm getting ready to call you Miss Kelly. Okay, you guys, that was amazing. I hope you got your nuggets. I got mine. Look, my paper is all filled up over here. I have some on the other side. So I told you, she's dropping nuggets left and right. So if you are a woman, or if you are an individual that is sitting in a desk and you're thinking about, what is my what's next? If that is you, go ahead and text me at 614-674-0074 and put in the message help. I will, or someone on my team will be in contact with you, and we'll set up a time where you can sit down and we can just do a quick 15-minute chat. And if you would like, we can even take it further, where we can create a roadmap to create your vision made roadmap to your what's next. So we're all about, and remember, we're here to make your 2025 as it is to be impactful, and knowing that you're going to leave 2025 like it's been no other. You're going to leave 2025 in the dust and do what you want to do so you can live the life that you desire. So with that being said, I want to just leave you with this. Remember, you only have one life to live. I want you to go out here and live it to the fullest, knowing that this is your life and nobody else. So you have dreams. And I don't want you to do like everybody. Some people, not everybody, but some people have taken it to the richest place on the earth. Now, I know you're going to ask me, well, Pam, where is that richest place on the earth? It's the graveyard. And it's because people have dreams, desires in them, but they face their fear, as we talked about before. And fear will stop you in the tracks. But you have an amazing support group. As I said before, I can't do it. I have women. We go arm in arm, and we're out here to help you achieve what you just so desire. So if that is you and you're still feeling like you need some help, some inspiration, please text me at 614-674-0074 and just put in the chat help, and someone on my team, we will connect to you. And then my last thing, if you like this show, please go and share it. Tell everyone about it. You please leave us a comment. Leave us how you feel. Because as you know, we hear more about what you feel. We move up the ladder, but we also are doing this show, not for us, but for all of us, right? So until then, everybody, I want you to go out here and know that your vision can be made no matter what. Until next week, everybody, when I bring on another amazing guest that can go out here and help you shift to your what's next. Take care, everyone.